Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to ask the question, is anxiety wreaking havoc on your love life? For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video weekly. I cannot tell you the amount of clients and just visitors and women that I interact with that struggle to keep their anxiety in check at the first sign of their partner distancing, pulling away, or reminding them of something they've experienced in the past. It can be so hard to not go into that visceral state of feeling like, oh my gosh, is my past repeating itself? Is this really where I am again? And having just a lot of those deeper, unaddressed fears, or maybe even fears that you thought were addressed, come up again, because I hear that a lot, where I thought I dealt with this already. And then all of a sudden it gets activated in a new way in a different relationship or a different dynamic. So let's talk about ways in which you can support yourself if you feel like anxiety really does start to creep in a way that creates the exact opposite of what it is that you want. Number one, identify your triggers. This is huge, because if you know what your triggers are, you're going to know what your go-to stories are, and you're going to be able to support yourself differently. When our triggers take over, of course, we're unconscious and we can create a huge mess from that space because we're not thinking. We're completely flooded and we're overwhelmed, and we are trying to kind of fight for our life, literally. So maybe we accuse our partner of all kinds of things. Maybe we make demands. Maybe we box them in. Maybe we just lose all self-control, self-respect, and dignity, and we feel so embarrassed and regrettable about it later. We don't want this to happen because it just feels awful. And I can't tell you the amount of women that have worked with me who have shared, when we started our work together, I had the most regrettable incident and I don't know how to redeem myself from this. But consider, if this is you, or if you've done things that you don't feel so great about, we want to meet ourselves right where we are, because a beautiful thing that I've seen about the masculine is their tremendous capacity to forgive and to reconnect when there is real, authentic change that is demonstrated through action versus words and talking about it and trying to fix it. So let's really just meet ourselves right where we are and deepen and grow from there. Deepen your self-trust by showing up with integrity. If you are doing a bunch of things that you know deep down are not right or good, or are impulsive and don't serve the long game, then you're not going to have a clear or light conscience, and you're going to have more controlling tendencies because you're not going to be clean on your side. So you're going to be like playing cleanup, and you're going to be trying to control their perception of you because you don't feel totally good on your side. And this just creates a huge mess. Whereas if we just do the right thing and we tell the truth and we hold ourselves accountable, then we're going to feel like it's so much easier not to get inside their head and try to play puppeteer and try to manage all of these more manipulative strategies that leave us feeling depleted, exhausted, and compulsive, in the sense that it only leads us to feeling like we need to manipulate more. And consider, a masculine man who is conscious is going to feel this, and it is going to feel off and repel him. He does not want that. It may take a while. In the beginning, he may allow it because he's a little bit blinded by the attraction or those initial get to know you dynamics, so more can slide. But from everything I've seen with women, this catches up and it will leave you feeling just very heavy and very weighed down. And so really think about the actions you're taking, the behaviors you're demonstrating, and start today by showing up with that more pure intention and releasing any control tactics that you're holding on to in order to feel safe. Because at the end of the day, I've never seen control lead to one feeling more safe and more loved in partnership. Maintain a healthy lifestyle. This is one that really does matter, and that one that gets dismissed easily. You're not going to really be able to be in your feminine energy, for example, if you've had like 4 hours of sleep or 2 hours of sleep and you've been up all night ruminating or just with racing thoughts or a racing heart or not taking care of yourself. So we have to be able to maintain a healthy lifestyle to really do this practice, because everything is going to be much harder if we're not meeting those basics. So being able to get restful sleep, being able to set the stage up well for yourself where you're unwinding and taking care of yourself in the evenings. You're not like this headless chicken running from one stress to the next, but you're actually really carving out time to rest and restore and regroup and really connect to where you are in space and time and what your body's needing, because stress is one of those things that doesn't play out in real time. Have you ever had someone ask you before, are you stressed? And it's like, yeah, maybe. You can't really identify it in real time because it's an accumulation that develops until you just can't take it anymore. And so it's our responsibility to check in with ourselves and maintain that healthy lifestyle where we're doing the things that allow us to feel a little bit more open and free and cared for and loved. But that starts with the way we're treating ourselves. And so making sure that you're giving to yourself in the way that I just described, where you're meeting those basic needs, and then maybe taking it a little bit further where you have an evening routine where you set aside time for yourself, maybe to read or to journal or to even just dry brush or put on a facial mask or gua sha, whatever your personal practice is, but you're grounding in something simple that creates a sense of certainty in your life. Because when everything feels uncertain and stressful, having practices that we can count on and lean on in times of challenge can just be everything. So I invite you to explore this in the way that just feels most nourishing to you. I hope that these 3 recommendations and tips are really supportive to you and any anxiety that you are trying to manage within your life and relationship right now. Please check out my site, jenmichellecoaching.com. I have a program called How to Create a Forever Bond, which addresses some of the anxious attachment tendencies that can come up in love and relationships in any stage. I will link it below, and I invite you to check out this program if this video resonates with you. And I go deeper into all of this there. Much love, and I'll see you all next week.